Welcome to the shiny side, where we look ahead to tomorrow's big game, England versus Pakistan. I'm your host, Fareed Shah, and for the record, I want to state that the shirt I'm wearing has nothing to do with the team I'm supporting tomorrow. But we have with us once again Umair Qazi. How are you doing, Umair?
Doing well, Fareed. How are you?
I guess we've kind of come to terms now with the fact that Pakistan is most likely not playing the semi-final, and I say most likely, but I guess getting into it, I think if you look at where things are, just for the record, uh, the only way Pakistan can actually play the semi-final is if we beat England by 270 runs or more, and if Pakistan chases, then we will not. It's not even possible. So we out of it for all effective purposes. But if you again, I think getting into the game tomorrow, so I think there's a lot again, like Pakistan's playing England, a major team in a World Cup. That alone is something worth, I guess, interested in. I think the team would like to end on a. They've been playing well in the last few games. They would like to end on a good note. In terms of, if you look at the history of Pakistan England, Pakistan's won 5 out of 9 games against them in World Cups. Only played them twice this century, to be honest. In terms of tournament, England is also now sitting at number 7. Their Champions Trophy spot is more or less locked. How are you looking at this game, Umair? Do you think Pakistan will actually go and try to get that crazy result, or they will just go on and try to win the game like they did against Bangladesh 4 years ago?
Look, they need to try, right? I mean, there's no other option. You're playing this World Cup, you want to make it to the Final Four. You have an equation in front of you, no matter how impossible, it's there. You need to bat first, you need to score big, you need to score your highest total ever in ODIs, and you need to win by the highest ever margin that you won any ODI game ever before. So you definitely need to try. Maxwell showed us that even the impossible is possible, and that's what Pakistan needs to try and attempt. If it happens, great. But most likely it won't, which is fine. But the attempt should be there.
So I guess I want to start off with something we talk about a bit later typically. What should the teams be looking to do if they win the toss? So I think it's quite clear here. For Pakistan, they have to bat first if they win the toss, right? There's no two ways about it, regardless of anything else.
Yeah, of course. But look, it's Kolkata, right? Kolkata, we've seen, is very difficult to bat on under lights. Pitch gets really tired later on, and the ball doesn't come on that well. And even in the first innings, batting is not that easy. Even India against who did they play there?
England, maybe?
The last match. India played
South Africa there, actually.
Was it England? No,
They played South Africa last Sunday,
where they both South Africa out for 83. Yeah, so even the 324, it was difficult. Even for Virat Kohli, who had 100, it was very difficult to bat on. So as the match progressed, so it's not an easy wicket. So any team whoever wins the toss would be looking to bat first for sure.
Yeah, the 3 games that we've seen at Eden Gardens. So Netherlands beat Bangladesh. They batted first, made 230. Then you had Bangladesh, Pakistan, where Bangladesh were 205 all out, and we chased it down. And then India, South Africa was the 3rd game. So you're right. We haven't seen a single game where in the first inning the team went on to score a massive score. I mean, India scored 320, but they went about doing it how they like to do it. So I guess Pakistan would like to win the toss. And what do you think England would do? I mean, they could just.
I think England want to bat first as well. They would want to.
Yeah, and maybe take out the incentive for Pakistan, right? That way, so they're not trying to go for a big win.
That too. But you know that the only team that has looked like batting well on the Kolkata pitch was Pakistan against Bangladesh. They chased the 205 and 30 odd overs. No other team has been able to bat that way in Kolkata.
True. So I guess if you look at England's World Cup, right, generally speaking, obviously it's been a bit of a disaster. So they have Milan and Stokes averaging it in their 40s, and Stokes also after the last game. You have Root averaging 27, but I think the big story is Bairstow, Butler, who are the 2 pillars of the batting, and even Livingston and Moeen are all averaging between 10 and 20, right? So that's been the problem for them. And in terms of bowling, again, Topley was probably the best bowler first up, but he's out injured. Willie, Adil, and Vokes have been doing all right. I guess for England, the batting has been the bigger concern, right? Because the bowling has somewhat kept them in game, but the batting has been a disaster.
Yeah, this is a total disaster. I saw a stat today that the Sri Lankan bowler Mahesh Theekshana has faced more deliveries while batting than Bairstow, Butler, Livingston, Moeen Ali, and a few other English batsmen.
Some of the guys that just named, No, and especially Besto and Butler, right? Because they're literally maybe three or two of the best four batsmen in all four the white ball format. So that's been a big miss for them. If you look at Pakistan again, I mean, Fakhr's obviously going great guns, averaging over 100. Rizwan's all right. I mean, to be fair, even Shafiq's averaging close to 50. Babar's at 40. Saud, Iftikhar, and Shadab also averaging a bit less, but they're playing pretty quick. But again, I think Mohammad Wasim Jr. is the only guy who could probably say he's had a stellar World Cup in every single game he's played with the ball. But Shaheen went for 90 in the last game, Hassan, and so did Hassan and Haris, right? So I guess while we won the last game, the bowling was a mess. So yeah, what do you make of the bowling for a game against England tomorrow?
Yeah, you see, our bowling has been disappointing in this World Cup, but then it hasn't been a bowling-friendly World Cup at all. Although, again, having said that, Kolkata is a very bowler-friendly wicket. So I think our bowling attack would like bowling on it. And given how England's batting has fared, I think our bowling will look pretty good against them tomorrow.
Yeah, because I think if you look at, I think the best show we've had with the ball probably has been against Bangladesh. That was at Kolkata. So we don't know whether we did something differently, whether it was the pitch or whether it was Bangladesh's batsman, right? So
both a combination of everything, I think.
All of those things. But I know it's one of those things where I think given where we're playing and given who we're playing, if this was a matter of getting a 50 or a 80 or a 100 run win, it was something we would have probably all been taking seriously, right? But like the whole 270 run wins, I mean, you don't even see those except before this World Cup, really. And India is the only team that gets them, really.
In this World Cup, we've seen 2 300-run wins. One was Australia-Netherlands. Australia beat them by, I think, 309 runs.
Yeah.
And then there was
maybe India, South Africa beat someone? Or was it India, Sri Lanka? India, Sri Lanka, yeah.
So India beat them by 302 runs. So we've seen 2 300-run wins, but and it's happened in this World Cup, but very tough.
Doesn't happen very often. I guess I'm going to quickly pull up the likely 11s for this game, right? So let's see who, I mean, what, there's still no word, at least I don't have any word on Shadab's fitness. But we have, I guess the top 6 are set. I'm assuming the last 3, including Haris, also kind of set. So what would you play in the other 2 spots? We had Salman and Hassan Ali last time around.
Yeah, so look, Salman Agha has been in the 11 in 2 games, but he's not bowled, or did he bowl? But he hasn't.
I think maybe he bowled an over or 2 in the last game, but he didn't bowl in the previous one.
He's not batted.
Yeah.
But I think they'll probably stick with him. I think Shadab is fit. He's been practicing with the team, so I believe he'll come back. They'll likely drop Hassan Ali for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that is the team I'll go with.
For England, I've basically the 11 I put up is the same one they had last time. They won a game. They don't do that very often these days. They're likely to stick to the same 11. Not sure if you have a different view on this.
No, I don't have a different view, but maybe Stokes will not play. I'm not sure. They were saying there's some, I don't know. But there was a, maybe he wasn't going to play the previous game either, but he was. And last minute they declared him fit, so maybe some injury concern.
So Stokes has said that he's going to go back and get his knee operated upon and try to be ready for the India Test series. So there's a section of the English pundits who've been saying that once they knew he was out, he should have gone back for his surgery. But they asked Stokes about it, and he said basically, I'm never going to just let the team leave the team and go. So I think that's why some people feel maybe he shouldn't be playing. But I guess with Champions Trophy spots still there, maybe he might. Let's see how it goes. But so yeah, I mean, this is a funny question, right? But I was going to ask you, what is the target first innings score for Pakistan if they win?
450.
450. But
that's what they need to do.
I think realistically, they need to aim for like what 350, right? Like, I mean, with 350, maybe 70 pe all out kaise karenge. So
no, 350. No, they can't. So 400. If you score 400, you need to bowl England out for 112, which is difficult. You score 450, you need to bowl them out for 162, which is possible.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
We're having a serious conversation. कि हम 450 कैसे
बनाएंगे? If you're batting, मैं बताता हूँ 450 कैसे बनाएंगे? 200 फखर मारेगा, 100 बाबर मारेगा, फिर 150 बच गया. वो तो मैं ख्याल बाकी भी 150 भी नहीं मार सकते.
मसला रन्स का नहीं है. मसला है कितनी बॉलों में मारोगे. रन्स तो बच जाएंगे. टेस्ट मैच में भी बना लेते हैं हम.
कमाल है यार.
Anyway.
I mean, you have to aim for that. I mean, there's no other way.
So I'm going to give you 3 options for the prediction for tomorrow. And the prediction is England wins, Pakistan wins and fails to qualify, and Pakistan qualifies.
Yeah, I think Pakistan will win but fail to qualify.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a lot like the Bangladesh-Pakistan game from 4 years ago, which I happened to be in the stadium for. But that's a conversation for another day. Before we move on, where there's a small matter of a quiz. By the way, if any of you have any views on what do you think Pakistan should do tomorrow, please leave a comment and we'll happy to bring it up in the next show. Since losing the 92 final, how often has England beaten Pakistan in the ODI World Cup?
So 2003, they beat us. 7, no. 11, no. 15, no. 19, no. So just once, that's 2000. Oh wait, 96, no, we won.
Sorry.
So
I've written all the choices here, but the answer, you're right, is only one. They've only beaten us once in. We haven't played them a lot. We didn't play them in 15, 11,
11 and 7.
Yeah. We played them in 96 and 2003, and then we played them last time around.
Yeah. So 96, I remember that game. 4 or 5 of our batsmen got 50s. Even Javed Miadad hit a 4 at the end, 7 not out.
And he was playing in Karachi. That was
Karachi.
a big deal.
It was in Karachi.
Yes, I
remember.
remember.
It was his last ODI in Karachi.
And in that game, England were 150 for naught in 30 overs, and they looked like they would get a big score, but they only got 240 out. So, okay, Umair, good stuff.
19, I remember very well. It was a big chase, and at the end, Butler and
that was a brilliant game. That was maybe our best game of the last World Cup, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Coming off a hammering against West Indies, and also we had just lost to England 5-0 in the same country a month earlier, right? We had lost 5-0 in a bilateral series. So.
Yeah, it was an amazing win. Yeah.
But good stuff, Umair.
2003 was that Anderson game.
Yes,
where he just
he got Inzi and Yusuf in consecutive balls.
Yeah.
So glad we remember all the games, but that's it for today. So look forward to tomorrow's game, and thank you for being on the show, Umair.
Thank you, Faiz. As always,
we'll be back tomorrow night after the Pakistan-England game. In the meantime, stay tuned to the shiny side.